Hey everybody, it's Jordan here and welcome back to Major Hi-Fi for another review. Today we've got the Questyle CMA 18 Master on our hands and it's going to be really fun. Questyle is known for their high-end DAPs as well as some of their portable dongles, but definitely also known for the CMA series, which is their desktop amplifiers and DACs. So today we're going to look into the 18 Master as well as compare it to the 15, the previous generation of the DAC amp. So let's get to it. In the box, you get the CMA 18 Master DAC amp, a remote, a carrying pouch, a USB-C cable, a power cable, and a user guide. The build of the CMA 18 Master is really great. It's just like its predecessors, the 12 and 15. It's constructed with all metal and it feels extremely premium. On the front, you'll see switches for power, as well as bias control, and the DAC and headphone amp function select. You'll also get a really nice and smooth volume control. I really found I was able to get to the exact levels I wanted it to pretty easily. It has a lot of give, and it's really good. So the only thing that's kind of strange about the build of the CMA 18 is that it's got its gain switches on the bottom. This is kind of inconvenient if you're looking to change the gain, but I find that it's actually pretty solid throughout. It comes on high gain, and I've never really had to change it for single-ended or balanced. Now when it comes to design, the 18 Master is able to decode PCM 44.1 to 768 kHz at 32-bit, native DSD up to DSD 512, as well as DOP DSD up to DSD 256. The optical and coaxial inputs support 44.1 kHz to 192 kHz at 24-bit. Meanwhile, its Bluetooth input supports SBC, AAC, aptX, aptX HD, and LDAC. At the amp stage, the CMA 18 Master is able to produce 2 watts into 32 ohms when used balanced, and 1.5 watts into 32 ohms when single-ended. So pretty similar power outputs, and I found that single-ended and balanced both worked pretty much out of the box. I was able to get to good listening levels before even reaching 50%, and I think that this is going to be a perfectly powerful amp for you. Off the bat, the soundstage on this device was really impressive to me. Using Abyss Diana MR and Focal Clear MG headphones, I got a great sense of space around me, kind of just a holographic presentation. But what was even more impressive to me was the imaging capabilities of the amplifier. I was able to hear exactly where sounds were coming from, and I could even hear where space was, like open space was. You could hear like the room sounds and where everything was coming from. A good example of this was on King Crimson Starless, where you can hear the cymbals panning around, and I could really hear this very closely. But even more than that, I was able to feel the room tone, just the sound in the room as they're building up from quiet to loud. The dynamics have space to breathe, so it really makes for a unique listening experience. As far as the bass goes, there is plenty of good low-end rumble. I really enjoyed listening on the Focal Clear MG, which are known for their dynamics. Bass is really extended to the sub-bass region, but also has a really smooth mid-bass kind of transition into the mids. So just an overall well-rounded bass response that I found really engaging. I also just really enjoyed the separation of the low end. I could hear kick drums separated from bass line, separated from other low instruments and notes, and I just thought, again, the sense of space in the low end was really good. Usually you just get like a center image, boom, boom, boom. But this really gave you a sense of space and a sense of imaging that I found really enjoyable. I also thought the mid-range detail and dynamics were really impressive. Listening to Mdu Mokhtar's Tumastine, I could hear like the fingers moving around the fretboard on his guitar. It was really cool. Likewise, back to Starless by King Crimson, I was able to hear these pans of violins go left to right, while also building up dynamics as they happened. So I thought that was really cool. Sometimes on amplifiers and headphones, you can get the sense of pan without the dynamics, or you can get the sense of dynamics without the pan, but this really does both really well. Likewise, I found snare drums to be really sharp and snappy, but overall, the most important thing about the mid-range here is that it also just feels natural. Like all of these imaging and dynamic details aren't coming at the sacrifice of it being artificial sounding. This is a natural sounding mid-range with great dynamics and great detail. I found the entire frequency response of this amp to be pretty neutral, and this goes for the treble as well. I thought that the CMA 18 Master does a really good job at presenting high-end with great resolution and detail. Cymbal hits are really resolving and airy, And I always got a sense that the pressure of the sound had a place to go, like there wasn't any compression on the sound. I also want to say that the release and decay on the CMA 18 Master are really impressive. Reverb decays really smoothly and resolves really well. And when there's a quick cymbal hit or a quick hi-hat hit, for example, the release is really fast, but there's also a decay on the reverb or on the shimmer on a cymbal. So it's really nice to listen to and really natural sounding. So comparing this to the CMA 15, the CMA 18 Master is just that much more finessed than the 15. Yes, you get the detail extraction, you get the low-end rumble, you get a really nice mid-range, you get a tactful upper range, but I just found that the 18 does more with the detail. It gives you that sense of space, that sense of imaging, that sense of dynamics that the 15 doesn't do quite as well. And on that topic, Questyle claims that the latest version of its current mode amplifier technology helps produce something called background tranquility. I don't know exactly what they mean by this, but to my ears, I think what they're talking about is that sense of space, that sense of hearing the quiet parts of the song. Not just that there's nothing there, but that there's actually a room there with sound and its own characteristics. And if that's the case, then I think they really succeeded on the 18. I think in comparing the two, the 18 is just a little bit more refined, does a little bit more with the details, and presents just a little bit more of an engaging experience. But that said, the 15 is really close. So if you have a 15, I wouldn't feel like you have to go run to upgrade to the 18. That said, if you really do want those sonic differences, the 18 is worth it. So I think overall, this amp does pretty much everything really well. It does great detail retrieval, it does great imaging, it's got great features, you can use Bluetooth up to LDAC, and I really think that Questyle has a knockout on their hands. So thank you for watching this review. Let us know what you think down in the comments, and definitely like and subscribe for more videos like this.